What I'm working on here is a Grizzly 10-inch drum sander. The conveyor belt motor right there isn't working. And you can see by the wiring that they've already went in there to try to fix this thing. We're going to take it in there on the bench and see if we can find out what exactly is wrong with either the wiring or the motor in this. I'm doing this at home in my garage. I don't have any more room at the shop. When you're retired, you get busier than when you were actually working. So let me go ahead and get that box off of there and get it in there on the bench. The first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to loosen the tension on that conveyor belt. It's just 2 screws back here, and they got them on there pretty tight. We'll have to adjust the tracking when we finish it up, but on this one it shouldn't be no problem. Okay, we got that loose.
On top of the big motor that runs the drum, remove the lid off of the electric box mounted there. Take pictures and disconnect all the wires from the pigtail that goes down to the bottom control box. Remove that harness from the upper box completely. With a Phillips head screwdriver, remove the 2 screws on the bottom of the control box. Pull the cover down, and you now have access to the 4 bolts that hold the box to the conveyor belt. With a number 10 socket and a number 10 wrench on the other side, remove the 4 bolts. With the bolts removed, you can now slide the box and the drive bar completely off the machine. On the bench, remove the 4 number 10 bolts from both sides of the box. Once they're out, pull the box apart. Get your camera out, take pictures of all the wires and where they're located inside.
Okay, I'm going to test my switch. And I'm pretty sure this is okay. I've got it on. And it's going to go from here to there, on and off. Got continuity there, there. It checks out okay. And the switch is fine. So we've eliminated that. We've got a wiring diagram. Shows how everything goes. And first thing I want to do is I want to clean this mess up in here, get the motor off of it. And I'm going to start by cleaning up all these wires. And I don't trust any of these connectors on here. I don't know what all they've done. That looks factory, so I'm going to leave that go. And I'm going to take all the grounds off because I'm going to pull all the wires off of there. Just completely disassemble it. Now you most likely won't have to go through this yourself, but somebody's been in here and they've really hacked the wiring up bad. So I'm just going to tear it apart, go all the way through it. Two number 10s and a Phillips. I get this off there, I'm going to try to get 24 volts on it somehow and see if I can get it to spin. Before I pull this apart, I'm going to take the cover off this gearbox and take a look inside there and then work my way backwards to that. And if I have to replace the whole motor, it comes with the gearbox and everything, and it's a little over $100 from Grizzly. Got a little clip on this side. Gonna need a new one. I think this is froze up. Let's clean it up, slide it back in there, and see if I can get this thing to work. After getting all the grease off of it, I found that this side of it had the teeth chewed off of it pretty good. So I imagine that's what got mixed with the grease, got down inside of it, and seized it up. I got one shot at maybe saving this. I want to knock this gear off of it if I can. It seems to be pressed on there. And flip it around and see if it'll work that way. It should.
Although it seemed like a brilliant idea at the time, I just couldn't get that gear off the shaft. You'll find out later that it worked out okay anyway.
I used some fine grit sandpaper, cleaned this shaft up, worked the scratches down on it, cleaned it down inside of here, and I used some of this real thick grease on here, and I'm going to mix it up with some wheel bearing grease. And I can't forget the washer. Get a new clip for it there. And we'll be back in business. Getting ready to put this back up there, and it's too heavy to try to do this all in one piece. So what I need to do here is I'm going to unplug the rectifier. I've got my schematic so I know where these wires go when I plug them back in. I'm going to take just this one piece here that's a lot easier to handle, and we're going to run it back through here, and we're going to place it back here under the belt, feed it through the bearing on this side, and then we had these fork bolts that mount this bracket up there like that. Had a washer and a lock washer. Okay, let's tighten them down. It's kind of heavy, so I've set the whole thing up here on these boxes. And now I'm going to take this part of it and mount it. It has these Phillips head screws that go up through the bottom of it to hold it onto that plate. Get one of those started. There it goes. Now I can move this up here and plug all my wires in. Looking down on it, there's AC plus, black wire from the transformer. This one here is going to go right there. The other black wire from the transformer, which is this one, is going to go right there. The green is going to go there, and the brown down here on the bottom. Lift it up. There's the brown one. There's the green one. Slide my box in there. Turn this wheel a little bit to engage it. And I'm just going to throw a nut in there to hold it up. I've got 4 of them. Get that bolted down, and then I can wire the motor up, put the cap on it, and this thing should be done. Okay, I got it wired up, plugged in. Let's see if it works. Yeah, everything's working fine. You can see the belt works on it. I just don't have tension on it back there. Speed works nice. And it's fixed.
I noticed on the back side of the conveyor that one of the bushings had completely worn out, causing the roller to rub against the end of the table. The bushing is brass and easy to break. I used a pair of pliers to break off the ends and was able to remove it from the bracket. To install the new bushings, I used a 1/2 inch socket and a C-clamp to compress the new bushings in place. It's not necessary to remove the belt, but you will have to loosen one of the brackets. Very simple to do, and you'll see when putting it back together how it comes apart. With the bracket loose, you can remove the roller to replace the two bushings. With the new bushings installed, slide the new roller under the belt and fit it in between the two new bushings. On the bracket that was loosened, tighten the two Allen head screws down completely. Insert the spring into the slide, run the long bolt down through the middle, and install the nut on the back side of it. Tighten the set screws on both sides, maintaining equal pressure to the belt on both sides. Run the conveyor on medium speed, adjusting each side until the belt runs true. Now, as far as the wiring, it just needed some new connectors and wired back up according to the specs. The motor was the problem. But if you made it this far in the video, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Hope you got some good information out of it. Remember to hit that like and subscribe button on the way out. Got a lot of videos up there, got a lot more coming. Ring that notification bell. You'll get notified as soon as I put them up. Remember to stay safe in the shop, wear safety glasses, a respirator around dust, and have fun. Thank you for watching.